Borderlands 4's PC performance controversy has turned into a heated debate, and Randy Pitchford, the outspoken head of Gearbox, isn't holding back in addressing the backlash. If you've been following the fuss, you know it all started with fans frustrated about performance issues on the PC version, and Pitchford has been firmly pushing back on these complaints, challenging critics to code your own engine and show us how it's done. But here's where it gets controversial. He also labeled Borderlands 4 as a premium game made for premium gamers, a statement that's stirring strong opinions about accessibility and hardware requirements. This isn't the first time Pitchford has sparked conversation with his remarks. Not long ago, he gave a somewhat unclear explanation for why the console version lacks an adjustable field of view (FOV) slider, claiming it was to ensure fairness among players. Plus, he confidently stated it was impossible for the Borderlands 4 servers to be overwhelmed simply due to player numbers at launch, almost daring fans to try and prove him wrong. Over the weekend, Pitchford took to social media to specifically address the avalanche of PC performance complaints. Rather than offering apologies, he essentially told dissatisfied players to calibrate their expectations based on their individual PC setups. Every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between their hardware and what the software they are running is doing, he tweeted, emphasizing that the game runs optimally given the technology involved, and any issues are often linked to hardware constraints or settings. He described Borderlands 4 as a massive, enjoyable looter-shooter campaign that has been finely tuned to avoid wasting system resources unnecessarily. Pitchford strongly encouraged players to utilize the in-game tools designed to help balance frame rate, FPS, resolution, and graphical features. His message was clear. If players aren't satisfied with their current experience, they should experiment with these settings to find a compromise that suits them. Pitchford defended Gearbox's decision to aim for default settings that deliver 30 FPS on minimum specifications and 60 FPS on recommended specs. He acknowledged that some fans wish for even higher frame rates or more graphical bells and whistles, but reminded everyone that the game offers plenty of options to facilitate such trade-offs. In his usual direct style, he stated that expecting a smooth, ultra-high frame rate at maximum settings on anything less than recommended hardware is unrealistic. And this is the part most people miss. Pitchford admitted that some fans' frustration may stem from their own emotional expectations not being met. He urged them to accept the game's current state while acknowledging that balancing frame rate versus features and resolution may require sacrifices. One of his more notable remarks was about DLSS, NVIDIA's AI-driven upscaling technology designed to improve performance with minimal visual loss. Pitchford encouraged PC gamers to embrace DLSS if their hardware supports it, downplaying concerns about input lag that some critics claim ruins the experience. Use DLSS. It's great, he said, adding that, based on his own tests and blind user studies, the input lag is undetectable for most players. He even called out the internet's habit of spreading misinformation and advised skeptics to give the technology a fair chance. Gearbox hasn't stopped refining Borderlands 4 either. While they recently pushed an update intended to improve stability for a broad range of PC systems, the patch notes were vague, leaving players wondering what exactly was fixed. Pitchford also thanked the player community for their engagement and assured that a few real issues affecting a very small number of users were actively being addressed. Delving deeper into customer service data, Pitchford revealed some striking figures. Only about 1% of total installs have generated support tickets, and just 0.04% relate to PC performance problems. Even further, he noted that only 0.009% of the user base reported valid issues, while another 0.037% benefited from settings guidance. This contrasts sharply with the loudest voices on internet forums, who might make it seem like the majority are experiencing severe performance issues. Pitchford pointed out the dangers of assuming online chatter reflects the broader reality, citing telemetry data that tracks performance across all players, whether or not they report problems. Randy Pitchford also offered practical advice to gamers who are adamant about pushing 4K resolution on hardware that might be 2 or 3 years old. His suggestion? Consider dropping down to 1440p for a better balance between visuals and frame rate. I play at 1440p with super high settings and am extremely satisfied, he said. He reminded fans that Borderlands 4, built on Unreal Engine 5, exploits modern CPU, GPU, and data bus capabilities to the fullest, and running the game on outdated machines is like trying to power a monster truck with a lawnmower engine. Disappointment is inevitable. Pitchford didn't shy away from calling Borderlands 4 a premium title that can't be expected to run on hardware older than a certain age. Unlike consoles, where the hardware is standardized, PCs vary wildly, and some players simply need to adjust their expectations or settings accordingly. For those unwilling or unable to tweak settings for performance, he even recommended considering refunds rather than enduring a subpar experience. To those who criticize the use of AI upscaling such as DLSS in the game's graphics, Pitchford delivered a tongue-in-cheek challenge. Code your own engine and show us how it's done. His sarcasm underscored the reality that modern game development relies heavily on collaborations with leading technology companies and complex real-time graphics engines. Dismissing these tools outright ignores how far gaming tech has evolved. Borderlands 4 soared to a peak of over 300,000 concurrent players on Steam during launch week, outpacing all previous entries in the series on Valve's platform. However, despite this impressive player count, Steam reviews have remained mixed, due largely to performance complaints on PC. In response, Gearbox published an NVIDIA optimization guide to help players fine-tune graphic settings for better performance, and advised gamers to keep playing for at least 15 minutes after changing any settings. This advice is aimed at preventing hasty negative reactions before the game's shaders recompile and performance stabilizes. For those diving into Borderlands 4's vast world, IGN offers loads of resources, like updated shift codes, detailed interactive maps, and a player-built skill tree planner, to enhance your gameplay experience. Even the character choices spark debate, reflecting the diversity of player preferences. So, where do you stand? Is Borderlands 4's performance controversy overblown, and should PC gamers adjust their expectations and settings as Pitchford suggests? Or do you think Gearbox should do more to optimize for a wider range of hardware without relying on DLSS and other upscaling tech? Join the conversation and share your thoughts. Are we seeing a genuine performance problem or just a clash of expectations in today's complex gaming landscape?